Hello everybody, welcome back to Alchemy Gaming. We are back again with Industrial Wonders Scenario 1. We're building a Hoover Dam. We're doing episode 5 right now. So we finished off the last one and now we've been given these next 4 tasks here. An Oasis in the desert is what they call this little section here. So we need to deliver 32 loads of building blocks to Hoover Dam. So we don't have that even as an industry, so we need to add that in, of course. So that'll be interesting. And then that's by November 1918. Right now it is May 10th, 1914. So by May 1920, so like almost 2 full years later, we need to deliver 8 loads of explosives to Hoover Dam. That also we don't have as an industry, but at least that one we're already making chemicals, which is a precursor to make explosives with. We just need to find a place to put these building blocks, which do come from concrete, slag, and steel, which we have all that ready to roll. We just got to find a place to put this. And then we need to find a place to put the explosives, and we should be able to do that. The problem is where to find it. Then the optional tasks, we must be getting near the end. By April 1921, we need to deliver 4 loads of cars to Boulder City. Okay, that's a bit of an issue because we're going to have to research both gasoline and then after cars, and then we got to find a city to put the car thing in to make them. That's going to be a bit of an ask. And then we have to found 5 additional rural businesses, and this is all by April 1921. What we're looking at right now, we have the possibility of buying Mojave County South, which at the moment it's only going to go up 1.84 million, 6 cities. It has a couple of things we could found, like there's oil there. One more thing over here. This is still redded out. Or we could buy Clark County East, which has 3 cities, and it's a lot cheaper at 1,049,000. It's got coal right there, cattle there. That's iron, I believe. Couple cities have found. That's a possibility right now. Just a review, Dolan Springs is where we got our chemicals. So obviously if we could get that up to 40, which is going to take a while, honestly, it'd be great to have the explosives right there. Boom. No pun intended. And then White Hills, Cyclopic, they're both at 10,000-ish. So, I mean, it's going to take a bit of a lift to get them up to 40,000 to have another industry slot. The other thing we could do is come over here to Primm. We do own the dresses here. We could, in theory, blow up the fashion industry and put something else down. Although, as I see, we're at 38,327. So honestly, what we should do is put one of our 2 industries here that we need. That's definitely something to think about. And then here, these guys have already put something down. Unfortunately, that one's 7 million. I'm sure this is expensive too. 18 million. Okay, that's not going to happen. We don't own anything there. Same thing here. We don't own anything. What's price? 11 million. Not going to happen. 3.9. I mean, it's possible we could do that maybe. Then if we come up here, Ragtown's at 51, not really growing. If we could get this to grow up to 90, let's say, then we could do something. Now we do own the dairy. We could blow that up and put something else in there. That's a possibility. And then Boulder City, we've got one thing that we don't own, the weaving mill. We kind of need that though, really. The fashion industry, maybe we could get rid of that, but I don't know. Like, it's something we could do quickly, get rid of that now that our cities have grown, but they could shrink. Whitney's got canning factory. It's at 16 million to buy that. We could get rid of the paper, but the problem with the paper is the cities demand it really early in this DLC. Like, I think that's like 30,000 or something that it demands that. And we don't want any of these to go small in case there's some other task that requires them to be big. Then the bread factory, well, it's at 13 million. We do need the sawmill and we do need the concrete plant. So really we can't mess with that. So our best bet is to do something here in Primm. Like I said, we could get rid of the dresses. When do they require that? At 25,000. That's a little early, really, if you think about it. Now we do have them up here in Boulder City. We could put 2 things there, really. First, we could stick, say, let's see, which one needed more? The building blocks. So maybe the building blocks, because you need 32 of those, plus it's first anyways. So we could do that. Stick the building blocks there. That's definitely a possibility. How much does the building block factory even cost? 707,000, and the explosives cost 617,000. Now, the other object we could do is go here and start this production of oil, but then we're going to have to go to research first, and it's right here actually. So we need refinery, build and produce gasoline, and then we need the car thing. Now I don't know if we technically need the gasoline to get to the car, but we definitely do, like as far as research wise, we need to get over here. That'll be our next 2 research things. So without further ado, that was a lot of talking, not much action. Let's get to it. All right, so we have our line coming from Whitney, bringing in mostly paper down the Primm freight because we're trying to grow Primm as best we can. So I noticed they needed paper. Now they also need wooden planks and sawdust. So the next obvious thing to do is to come up here, and I'd say we can probably piggyback here somewhere. Yeah, let's do that. So this will put it on number 7, and we get to use our Texas trains. So we'll go priority that and that. We don't want bread. We already got that down there. And then eventually the concrete will even come. So we'll go 1 Texas there, bring it way down the Primm freight, make sure it's not doing anything weird. Okay, that's good enough. In fact, let's run that for a second and then let's do another one. Okay, we put a train in, bringing stuff down to our warehouse in Jean. And then also I noticed we didn't put any immigration centers down. So that's kind of an oopsie on my part there. So all 3 of them now have immigration centers. Okay, so Primm has now grown. All right, so we said the next thing we want to do is concrete blocks. So we're going to need 700,000. I'm sure there's no bond, no, because we were doing good, and see we dropped way down here like quite a bit. What happened was our production, see how bad that is, minus 355. Production was just killing me, and it was lowering my income was going way down. So I had to actually back off. So I wasted a ton of money on that. It's something I haven't thought of before, but definitely something for you to think of. If you have your production way higher, then it should be, see, some of them are making money, but like over here, I think we're losing 28,000 there. We're losing 19 there. Wood's not so bad. The concrete, we're losing 49 here, which is weird. I guess maybe it doesn't need all that. So we're probably going to have to back down this concrete too. It's a bit of a bummer. So these are all things I wasn't even thinking about. And I don't know if it was like that in the main version of the game. I don't remember this being a problem before, but right now it was definitely choking me out. As quick as possible, we want to throw down a building block company before Primm goes ahead and sticks something else in there. Okay, so things went not too bad, and we got this growing faster than I thought we would. So there's our building block factory. So we're going to need steel, slag, and concrete. We go back up, Las Vegas, we had put, let's see, where are we? Primm freight. See, we already got, okay, let's go ahead and put another train down. And this time, this train will put concrete as the main one here. And let's see if it's going to load up concrete. If it does, that'd be a good thing. And then the other guys, we could always go back and just let them put whatever. Look at that. Okay, it's getting some concrete, I guess. So let's go ahead and do another one then. So as far as slag, that's coming from Boulder City. Now, it's kind of ugly, and I can't say that I like what I'm doing here, but we're going to go ahead and bring this off the express station and come down around here because this other one's pretty full and the freight one's full. We got a lot going on in Boulder City is what the deal is. Okay, so we had a bit of an issue there. We're going to go into the one going the Primm freight again. See, and we had to add the 8th line, which we're going to do, put another train down. So now it's going to bring in hopefully slag and steel. Okay, it's got steel in that one. Hopefully the next one will be slag, and then we can maybe get our building blocks going. In fact, we could maybe go ahead and do another one here. Let's see. So we got Boulder City, the Primm. Okay, that must be, oh, we didn't put a train on it. Yeah, that's going to be a problem when a train doesn't have a train. That's never going to work. So once it gets out of there, we'll go ahead and copy it. Okay, there we go. So put a 3rd one down, and that should do that. So that will give us what we need for our blocks. And really what we should do immediately is come down here and make this Primm freight larger. We need to have this be 4 lines in. So now we're going to do a train, and we're going to keep an eye on it. In Primm freight, it's going to load only concrete blocks, and it's going to, or building blocks, I guess. It's going to come up the Hoover Dam. We'll lay that down now. It's not going to do anything at first, but we're hoping to have it ready to roll when we need it. So then that leaves our explosives. And let's see, we could explosives in Primm, really. If we did that though, we have to bring chemicals from Dolan Springs all the way over. But nothing here is like even close to growing. Like we're at 13, 12. I mean, it's going to take a while to get that up there. It might be the best way to do it though, because Boulder City's got all things we want to keep. I think maybe we will do this. We'll take our fashion industry, get rid of that. Then we'll go in and we'll build our explosive factory, which is going to cost 617,000, and we'll stick it over here somewhere. But once we get it though, then we can work on 2 things at once. So Primm will be sort of our production type city, and it's a little bit out of the way, but I mean, if we just have enough trains, it should work. Unfortunately, the quarter ticked over. Now we're like 2 million in the hole, but we do have research, so that's one good thing. Going to take refineries, allows us to build, buy, and operate refineries to produce gasoline, because we need to get at this car industry. So now we have more research. We're going to go and take this car industry, and we finally have our money to put in our explosives factory. So now we have what we wanted. We need to, number 1, come over and get a train from Dolan Springs to come full freight. We'll bring it over. That's going to be 83 days. That's like super long. We'll have no choice but to do that. And then we'll bring another one in. Okay, so that'll bring 2 of them. So now we're going to need, do we have lots of coal? Okay, where's our coal exactly? Coal's coming from here and from here. So we're going to need to bring this out here because we're going to need coal and chemicals to make explosives. So we'll put these in right here. We'll go in the Thomas train station and we'll go 4, right? That'll be the 4th one over, I believe. And then we'll bring that over to Primm Freight, then 1, and then we'll go ahead and copy it. And now we're going to start working on this oil situation here. So we're going to need steel and bread. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do here is go out to Boulder City. Let's go steel there, and then let's see if we can get over here. Okay, well, yeah, let's do that, I guess. Then it's going to need bread, and it's going to need planks. Is there any planks here? Yeah, not really. There, we'll bring planks out of Vegas, put it on to Texas, confirm. Then if we do another one, this time we're going to want bread out of Vegas, coal terminal, confirm that. So then I will need another one of 4 bread. Oh, they got bread right here. Let's go back and delete that one I just did then. This one right here, let's get rid of it. So let's go over to Sloan Freight and go to coal terminal. That makes way more sense. And then we'll come back to Sloan, and then we'll make 4. Should probably put that on 0 too. Then back over the coal terminal, and that should give us what we need to start that, and that will at least give us oil once we get that going. We're going to take the safety valve 2, which will increase reliability of our locomotives by 5%. So just an update, we have 8 of 32 building blocks delivered to Hoover Dam. Things are moving there. We have plenty of chemicals coming over to Primm. So our explosives, let's see, what's the problem? Do we have coal? Yes, we have coal now, and we do have chemicals. So it's just a matter of loading up our train, I would say. In fact, maybe we should do that right now. Go to Hoover Dam. This time, let's go full, confirm, and it was only 8 of them, so that's fine. We can just go with that. We're going to go down in Primm, and we're going to upgrade the explosives factory 1 more level, and that should help us pump some more out. Really, the building blocks could be upgraded another level too. And we have some more research. We're going to take electric locks, which is going to increase our mailbag revenue by 5%. And as you can see, our revenue dropped quite a bit once we started creating factories and stuff, so we need all the revenue we can get. All right, so we have another industry slot. Primm has grown. We're going to put a refinery down. So this is going to be a major industry city, maybe too much all in the same city, but we'll see how it goes. So then we can go into coal terminal and bring it in the Primm Freight, make it full, and we will do a bypass here. So we'll bring this down, I'd say like that should be good. Then that way we can bring it in this way, and it's going to come in 16 days. I'll maybe do another one just for funsies, and that way we can get a refinery up and running. So we're at 22 of 32 right now, 7 of 8 for the explosives, and we have more research. We're going to take this locomotive maintenance time to reduce by 5% with shift work, and then we'll go cooperations 2, then research competition. We see our train is coming in here with our last bit of explosives and some building blocks as well. Got a little wonky there, but this will put the building blocks themselves up to 29, but the explosives should finish as soon as it unloads, and that will give us 1 more task done.
In the event that a flood or similar emergency were to occur, additional spillways were blown into the canyon. Obviously, blasting agents were essential for this.
Hey, perfect. So that's our explosives. We're way over here with our last 3 blocks, and we can go ahead and get rid of this train for now. We can add more if they want it later. We're going to buy this Clark County East, and that'll give us access to 3 cities and several rural businesses we can found. So the first one, we probably should found this one. We need wood and we need grain. The wood is here. Let's just throw a station here, and let's put this through. There we go. Supply tower down. So it said we needed what? Wood and grain. Let's go ahead and grab Adam Rest, bring it in full. Let it just grab whatever it wants. And then the grain in here, we'll go 0. Let it grab whatever it wants. Come here, then we'll come back, put that at 0 again. Then we'll do 4, and then back over to Thompson Terminal. And we're going to need train on that clearly. There, so that'll get it founded. Now the rice pit, if we want this, we're going to have to get wood and and bread. Do we have wood or bread in Sloan? Okay, we might be able to get bread possibly. So we could maybe come over here for now. And yeah, we can track that along. There we go. So the bread can come from Sloan, and we'll put our train down here, bring it over. Or we can do a little thing here. Okay, so that is the bread. Now for planks, it needs what, 4? So for planks, we can come in and we'll just disarm that. Go 4. Go to Texas. Boom. So we're gonna have to go up to our Whitney meat station here. Come down like this. A little wonky, but we'll make it work. So we need 4, and we'll put a Texas on that. Okay, perfect. Now if we jump in and look at where is our Primm Hoover Dam here. He's waiting right there. So he's getting pretty close. It's just a matter of waiting. We have some more research. We're going to take cooperations 2, which will reduce the cost of recruiting in the personnel office by 5%. We'll save just a little bit of money there. And here we are coming into the Hoover Dam construction project station with our last 3 loads of building blocks. And so this will finish our last task.
The prefabricated components allowed the construction of the dam to progress further.
Okay, that's awesome. So now we have the 32 loads. Okay, so it opened up another thing. By December 1920, we need to deliver 16 loads of electric components to Hoover Dam. And right now it's June 16th, 1915. So we're going to have to work on that. Now we have that. It's available to build. We just need a slot. So we're probably going to have to go into one of these places and put another slot in. Now, potentially over here. Oh, White Hills is super close. So cyclopic. Maybe White Hills would be a good spot to put it into. Wow, we didn't even put an immigration center in there. That's crazy. We should probably put some in. Not going to hurt anything for sure. So yeah, if we get that up to 40, we'll put our electric component and we'll be good to go. And we're going to go into White Hills. That has now opened up an industry slot. We're going to put in electronics factory. There we go. And we're gonna bump that up 1 level. Now we're gonna need to get steel brought in and copper wire. So first off, we'll go the copper wire. We'll bring that in the Hills Freight, and it's gonna come in 21 days, so that's not too bad. Let it run for a second, bring a second one in, and now the steel is gonna be a bit of an issue because we're quite full here, but maybe we'll hope we can bring it in. Boulder City steel, we'll load it up full. White Hills, okay, and then we'll bring in the second one. Now what we probably should do is make sure they're not bringing back electronic components, because that's going to defeat the purpose, of course, if we do that. That's what I always forget to check, and it's really something that you should check every time. Make sure it's not bringing it back. Let's see, I gotta find the other one. Boulder City, right down for White Hills. Okay, right there. There, we'll close that off and shut that off. We're gonna want to go into White Hills. Let's go ahead and put another station in here, and we'll call it electronic, just like that, I guess. White Hills electronic. We'll go up to Hoover Dam. We're gonna go full, and it's gonna try to go into Whitney meat. We need 16, right? We'll have 2. Okay, now we look at what we need to do. We need to bypass Ragtown Freight completely, if at all possible. How's that? That's not bad. That way we can have a way more direct route to Hoover Dam. Try not to get stuck in any of the traffic jams. Okay, 25.2 days. That's not so bad. Got that done just in time before all that interest kicked in. So if you like that video, like, comment, subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Alchemy Gaming.